loves, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to be trying out an everyday makeup tutorial by a makeup artist, one of my favorites here on YouTube, and that is Hrush. Hrush. I hope I pronounce it well, but I love how she says her name. It is so sexy and it is so, Hrush. So yeah, I'm going to be following this video right here and kind of translating it to like a normal girl's translation, a layman's translation, but also like a black skin translation, trying out some of our techniques on a black skin, brown skin, melanin skin, however you want to call it. So yeah, if you guys are interested, if you want to know how we done this makeup look right here, very simple. It's not easy though, but it's very simple. It's very glam at the same time, and it's very summery. So yeah, if you guys are interested, then definitely do keep on watching. All right, so hi. So before I begin, I do want to try to kind of recreate the background, the hair, the eyes, everything she had going on. So this is me trying to recreate her background, even though I feel like the light she used behind her was a lot stronger than the one I have currently. In case you guys are wondering how to do this, I do have like a tutorial right here. I also do have an entire playlist on background setup right here as well. So the color of her eyes, I'm going to be using this one from Tati in the shade Brown Polar Lights. This is what we're looking like. So before we start, I'm just going to go ahead to just moisturize my face, just to get my face all plump and ready for the entire makeup look. And I'm going to be using the Moisture Potion from Mismatix. This is a Nigerian brand. So I do have this huge acne pimple right here. Let me just say that her quality is literally to die for. I'm not gonna compete with that. Neither am I competing with her skills, but we're getting inspired by it all, right? Okay, so first of all, she's starting off with her brows, which is definitely weird because I like to do my brows after I've done my face. But I'm gonna be doing the same thing she's doing, but not necessarily using the same product. I'm gonna go ahead to just use a translucent powder on my brows, just to mattify it a little bit, so that way we can easily draw on it. I'm going to be using the Hegay & Esther brow pomade. It's a brow gel, and I'm going to be using this to first of all outline and fill out my brows like she's doing right now. So the first thing she did was to fill in her brows using a brow powder. Then she now went in with a brow pencil just to create like that hair-like soft faded in strokes. I'm going to be doing that using this pencil. This is the Binwa pencil right here. It's a two-sided pencil, so one side for the brush, one side for the pencil. So I'm just going to brush this out. Okay, so now she's going ahead to clean her brows using concealer. I'm going to be using the Nuban Beauty In My Skin concealer in the shade 043. Okay, so definitely ignore how I'm looking right now, but she went in with a different foundation shade to clean up her top brows. I'm gonna do the same thing just to clean up my top brows right here. So I'm done with my brows. I don't know if I'm excited about it because I kind of feel bold, but we'll keep on going and let's just make this work. Okay, so she went ahead to prime her eyelids, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using the same concealer that I used to highlight my brows and just use that. So she went ahead to use a beauty blender to just blend out the concealer, as well as to take out all the excess product, and then she went ahead to set it down. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing right now. The translucent setting powder I'm going to be using is from RCMA right here. All right.
I'm going to do a pink look to match the backdrop. I'm going to use 35C
Okay, she's using a 35C from Morphe. I don't have that, but I have the 35B. Let me see if it has similar shades in there. I don't think it's similar because this is sort of like an everyday eyeshadow look. But I think she went for like a pink look. So I'm gonna keep this, but I'm gonna look for something more neutral so that we can work with at the same time.
It's over here.
Okay, beautiful. So I have a shade that is pretty much the same thing as that. Again, this is the same Morphe family. So I'm gonna use this one right here because I think it's the same thing.
This crease tone and
Okay, she went in with like a neutral like crease tone, which definitely wouldn't work for me. So I'm gonna be using this one just because obviously I'm melanated. I have melanin in my skin and that tone definitely wouldn't show on my skin. So I'm gonna use this one and then lightly dip it into this one right here. This is a brown shade. So we're just going to blend it out now. Okay guys, so I'm just looking right now at that shade and it kind of looks similar to this one. So she's grabbing that shade right here, she's placing it on the center of her crease and then she's blending it out and also connecting it to the outer corner of her eyes right now, like this. So I'm just going to take our time to really blend this out.
and I'm going to go into this beautiful pinky color. I'm not going on the outside, just the center, not the inner corner either.
I think she's using a matte pink eyeshadow, so I'm going to use this pink shade right here.
Purple mauve color.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to make this work.
The reason why I like to pull everything in a little bit, it gives a dimensional look.
So she's creating a base underneath her eyes so that she can apply the eyeshadow. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so just by looking at this, I know that she obviously skipped this step and I could see that she applied like a white or like a lighter eyeshadow just on the inner corners of the eyes. So I'm going to use this white shade. I would typically never do this, but this is going to be a first time. And I'm guessing this white is going to help with opening up the eyes and making the eyes look a lot, you know, awakened, brighter, especially because this is like a summer look. She's doing the same thing she did on the top eyelids, same thing to the bottom. Now I'm just looking at her eyes and her outer V corner is quite deeper than mine. So I'm gonna go in with this shade. This is the Juvia's Place Nuban 2 palette. This is another amazing palette, another amazing brand for pigmented eyeshadows. So I'm gonna be using this shade right here because I feel like this would definitely work for my skin tone and it would help get like that depth that she already has. Okay guys, so she's going ahead to color correct her face. I typically would never do that, but because we're following her tutorial, we're going to be doing that. And to do that, I'm going to be using the orange corrector as well as the yellow corrector from LA Pro Girl. I'm going to be mixing these two together just so I can get like a very light peachy tone, so that way the orange is not too pigmented on my skin tone, because I don't want to have to start like concealing and, you know, putting on a lot of foundation, especially if it's like a very, you know, summery lightweight foundation routine. I don't want to use too much like corrector on my face because that's just too much for me. So I'm going to go in with this and just basically correct all the areas that appear to be dark. Okay, so she's going ahead to contour her face before even blending it out, and right now I'm cringing. Okay, so let me just do that. She didn't apply any primer. Thank God I went ahead to moisturize my face at the beginning of this tutorial. I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Stick Foundation in the shade Tunisia. This is going to give you fuller lips, and I guess obviously I know she loves fuller lips. This is the same thing that Scott Barnes did in his tutorial, so it's almost the same technique. So I'm guessing this is the makeup artist technique, I guess. So she's going in with a concealer. I'm going to be using my Nuban Beauty concealer in the shade 43 and doing the exact same thing she's doing. I'm going to get a concealer brush like she just did and use that to apply on my face.
Pulling it to the top and then to the sides of my nose, underneath the lip. This is a great way to correct if one side of your lip is bigger than the other one.
Okay, so this is definitely not an everyday look because this looks like a full glam. But yeah, we're going to be using this brush to just spread out the concealer while also spreading it out strategically while we're defining our facial shape.
Blend it into the eyeshadow. Noticed no beauty.
Oh my god, this definitely reminds me of the Scott Barnes makeup look. It is so stressful, a lot of blending, a lot of application at the same time. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm just going to use that to just blend this contour right here.
Now the cheek. I smile. Now we go into the forehead and it's.
So I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade 5N2, and I'm going to be using this as my foundation, just a little bit of it to properly blend out everything that we had just applied. So she's going ahead to use a liquid pink blush. I don't have that, so let me just try something different. I want to try and DIY my blush. I'm just going to scrape out a little bit of this powder, use a little bit of moisturizer and maybe a drop of oil and see if we can actually work with that. This is a DIY concoction that you can do if you don't have the, what's it called, liquid one. Again, with makeup, it is pretty much customization. To set my face, I'm going to be using this setting powder from Nuban Beauty. This is in the shade Alabaster. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead to bake because I think she's also baking as well. Ooh, my nose is looking so snatched. Oh wow, this babe is doing a full face, a full beat. So I'm going to do the same thing. Right. So I'm going to take that same setting powder and just do that. You know what? I don't know how people use this thing. We're going to use the sponge because this just makes it easy. Look at that.
Going to grab is the Laura Mercier, the medium dark setting powder, and I am going to grab a Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush.
Okay, so now she's bronzing her face. I'm going to be using my Revolutions Pro sculpting bronzer in the shade Enrobe. Why isn't this in the shade Enrobe? Because this is probably like my favorite bronzer. It is so beautiful and I love it. It doesn't have like that patchy look. It just blends in and it's so pigmented, so a little does go a long way. So I'm just going to use this. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my powder. This one is from Revolution in the shade Golden. I'm gonna just use that to just dust off the excess. Looking like I definitely cannot wait to set my face because I feel like it looks too matte. Stuff she's using mascara. I'm gonna use the same Zaron mascara, and I'm going to just, since we already coated our top lashes, I'm going to just do my bottom lash. She's going ahead to line her lips. I'm going to be using the black opal lip liner in the shade French Toast. I absolutely love this one. I'm almost out of it. I'm just going to use this to just outline my lips. Like so. So I'm going to go ahead to just pop on my lashes. Okay, so because this is like an everyday look, I'm trying to use like an eyelash that is not too serious. Yeah, next up, she's using that same palette. She's using the same white shade. Now I'm kind of thinking maybe that white shade was glittery, but I don't know. She's using this white shade on the bridge of her nose to highlight it. Guys, this is not going to go well with me, and I know that, but let me just dab it a little bit to see if this can actually work, because again, I'm learning. Our nose. Oh my god. Okay, this could not actually be bad though. This might not be bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Alright, so next up, she's using hairspray to set her brows, and this is amazing because I particularly used to use the got2b gel, the black one, to set my brows because I feel like they do hold hair a lot stronger. But I'm going to be using this one. This is the got2b glue blasting freeze. It's almost the same thing as what she's using. Okay, so I definitely missed a step, and that was the lipstick, and she didn't put highlighter and I'm cringing. So let me just go ahead to just use this. I'm going to be using this lip gloss from Nuban Beauty. I probably use a lot of their products in this video because they are amazing. And this is in the shade and Tinsel. Lips right here. This is so pretty. The gloss. Oh, I'm not going to take that. I'm sorry. This is a summer look. I better be glowing. I'm going to be using my highlighter. I'm going to take this, my, what's it called? It's a highlighter from Juvia's Place. And I'm just going to use this to just add a little bit of sun kiss. Just here. I don't want it to be overwhelming. Or maybe I do. Okay, do you know what I just realized? What's it called? The setting powder she used to contour her face, she kind of said it had shimmer to it. So I'm guessing that is going to act as her highlighter. It's going to double as a bronzer as well as a highlighter. And yeah, finally, I'm going to set my entire face. It is summer. I want to have like that glow. I'm going to set my entire face. I'm going to be using the Nuban Beauty Seal It Spray. Let this dry and I'll be back with the final look. So this is a complete look. This is the look that we just created right now following Hrush's makeup tutorial, Hrush's everyday makeup tutorial, and I absolutely love it. It is very soft, very girly, very pink, purpley, very, you know, pastel-like, but still very summer friendly. Now I'm definitely I definitely think I might continue with this series where I try out different makeup artists tricks and tutorials. Personally, for me, I love learning from professional makeup artists, and then when it comes like watching makeup reviews, I love watching reviews from like an everyday girl like me, because that way an everyday girl like me simplifies the process. However, when it comes to makeup and perfecting my makeup skills, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm pretty much like an everyday girl who just likes wearing makeup. I like to really learn from the best of the best, I guess. If you guys know anyone that you love, link it down in my comment section so that way I can recreate one of their looks and kind of simplify it for like an everyday girl. Yeah, and I think I want to try Hint Dash next because his looks are always flawless. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down. Let me know which other makeup artists you would like me to recreate. That's if you even like this video to begin with. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Let me know down in the comment section. Again, if you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you like makeup tutorials and you like watching me try out makeup artists makeup tutorials, I'll leave a couple of other links in my description box as well as over here so that you guys can watch and check them out. Again, in case you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It is totally free and fun. I'll leave the link right here so you guys can subscribe immediately. And yeah, if you're not new here or you're new here, subscribe and let's go on to the next video.